Alright, so I'm gonna start heading back. This right here is a slightly downward slope. But I'll ride the brake as I'm heading back, and I'll videotape my feet as I'm riding back, as I'm heading down this hill. That way there you can see how I ride the brake as I head back. Good. So I picked up on my heel. That'll help slow you down a little bit. I mean, it's not a really good brake, but I mean it helps. And I suppose the more experienced you are at it, the better you'll get at slowing down and stopping and that sort of thing. The other thing you gotta focus on is maneuvering around people, which is another skill in and of itself. And focusing on these cracks. I'll tell you, it's good exercise. It is exhilarating. Passing on your left.
There we go, thank you.
So I lifted up my heel, or lift up the front part of my foot and brake down my heel a little bit, and then stepped on the grass for, I think that's the best way to get a good stop. heading back to my car. Remember, you always want to stay mindful of what you're traveling on. Look out for cracks, bumps in the sidewalk, dirt, acorns, any kind of debris or trash. You also want to enjoy the scenery too. There's a lot of good exercise working on these rollerblades. And I haven't wiped out yet today. The first time I took these out was the first day I filmed in the when I did my first video, and it was like the first time I put on my blades in years. And today's the second time, and my legs were sore for a couple of days, and that was last Thursday. Today's Sunday, so it's Friday, Saturday. Yeah, so it's like 2 days. I rested for a good 2 days. No, it was Wednesday, so I rested for 3 days, and my legs were sore after I took them. Went for that first trip out. I gave them a couple days to heal and back out again. Now but I'm on a different trail. I'm on a trail that I'm not as familiar with. If you want to use the brakes, you can pick up on the heel. I think this is much more challenging than riding a bike, though, I think. But this is a good trail to ride a bike on. It's so long. As you can see, I'm approaching some bumps. You gotta watch out for. I tell you, it's good exercise. It's exhilarating too. Got a lot of nice scenery, looking around. But I gotta tell you, this trail is much more challenging than the other trail. I really wanted to do the second video was to show my feet. I noticed when I did the first video, you could hardly see my rollerblades at all. So I was like, oh, I want to videotape my feet and the motion of my feet, like going back and forth. That's important. speed will, you'll pick up speed the more you get used to using these. It comes naturally. And I was much faster before when I was rollerblading more often, but the key is to go at a good slow pace, a pace that's comfortable for you. Know your surroundings. As you can see, this is a long trail, and this is only part of it. This is probably the best part to rollerblade though, because it's the flattest. Even though there's a slight incline, it's probably the flattest of the. You go up towards Belchertown, it's all uphill, and then go down and it's like you're going down a steep grade. See right here, you got these big cracks you got to kind of step over. All this right here is painted white. These are all kind of well, at least they must look out for rollerbladers, because where it's painted white right here, those are bumps. You got to kind of step over them, because these will trip you up. Oh, that was a big one. This is a better bike trail than it is for rollerblading, but it's challenging for rollerblading, that's for sure. Actually, I don't think I did too bad for somebody who's as rusty as I am, because I am pretty rusty. This is my second time I've been out in like 2 years rollerblading. Hey, there's a squirrel. Look at him. He's got something in his mouth. I'll do a brake stop so in a few seconds. When I get to the edge of the road here, I lift up my heel. I only got one brake on here. It's my right foot. And again, it just slows you down a little bit. I mean, it helps. And that's good if you're going down a steep grade, and that takes practice too. I mean, that's what I'm really rusty at, is braking, because braking's hard, because you're on balance, you're going down a hill and you're lifting up your heel like this, and you're crunching forward to hit those brakes. It's challenging, you know. But I still got a little bit of muscle memory doing that as well, but it's coming back to me. It's taking my time. I'm not trying to go real fast, and you know. I'll do another brake stop. I'll try to lift up my right heel. just slows you down a little bit. Honestly though, if you could step onto the grass, it's probably a better brake. But if there is no grass or whatever, I mean, it does slow you down a little bit. You know, if you're going too fast, you do that. It does help slow you down. Watch out for those yellow grape things. That's what I wiped out on before. I got caught under my wheel and I went for a ride. But good thing I was wearing all my gear because I didn't get hurt. I mean, I got right up. You know, I had my helmet on, and it hit my elbows, I had my elbow pads on, my hands, my wrist guards. So I was pretty lucky. Got right up without a scratch. See back and forth, side to side. Keep an eye on the sidewalk or what you're traveling on. You're good to go. Enjoy the scenery. Find that you're going a little too fast, so you know the blades are getting ahead of you, just hit the brake and it'll slow you down, and then you can get your bearings. If you're going too fast, sometimes you lose your bearings. You slow down until you get to a speed that you're comfortable with, and then continue on. Yep. See a lot of those electric bikes. Yeah, here's some more of these. Let's see if I can go around them. At least they painted them where these cracks are, and that's great for rollerbladers because those are a pain in the ass. You can trip over those. Here's another one. You really got to learn how to step over those. And the faster you're going, the harder it is to step over them. And there's a nice trail. They got restaurants here on the trail. You can grab a juice or something. Grab something to drink, and I'm sure I think they serve beer too, which is cool. Do another brake shot. Very important to know how to brake. Even though these brakes they're not the best in the world, but they will slow you down. That's for sure. Just lift up on the front part of your foot. Boom. I'm gonna take a break before I cross the street. left, right, up, feet. Hopefully it'll still be light out by the time I get back to my car. I'll probably do about 7 miles round trip today on my rollerblades. Unless I step over the cracks. You notice how I don't just like stay on both of my feet like this too. I'm constantly going back and forth. Oh, I'm getting a good workout, that's for sure. Nice fresh air. This is actually a slightly downward grade right here. It's not too bad. Starting to feel the wheels under my feet. So I feel like I got more coordination. It took me a while today. When I first put these on, I felt like I was really unbalanced. Then once I started riding them, I became more, my feet felt like they became more coordinated. It took a while to warm up today. For some reason, it seemed like today took me longer to warm up than it did the first time I took them out. But I think a lot of that is because of the trail that I'm on. I'm on a trail that I'm not used to riding on. I'm not used to walking the trail. I don't know this trail that well. That's the biggest difference, I think. The trail that I was on the first day I took these out was a trail that I'm very familiar with. This trail I'm not very familiar with. So it's like, on top of that, and not being on top of being on a trail that I'm not familiar with, and not having been on these in a while, since last Wednesday. It took me a while to warm up, but now I'm starting to feel warmed up and starting to feel a little bit better. So that's good. But I'm almost done. I've already did probably about 5 miles so far on my blades, so we'll continue. I just hope I don't run out of battery before I get to my car, because I want to film this whole trip. But I mainly wanted to film this trip because I wanted to film my feet. I noticed in the first video I didn't film my feet that much. I did a lot of explaining about safety and all that. If you want to check out, you know, what I talked about safety, make sure you check out the first rollerblading video I did. But I shot this one because I really wanted to videotape my feet as I'm rolling on these blades. And the reason why I didn't, the first time I took this out, because I didn't have my selfie stick, I just had my GoPro, and I'm holding the GoPro in my hand without the selfie stick. I pointed down at my feet, but it wasn't, it didn't, you know, without the selfie stick, the camera wasn't able to reach my feet. So hopefully in this video, you'll be able to see my feet much better in this video. So I step over cracks and whatnot. And again, I'm not going fast. I'm going at a slow pace, taking my time. Enjoying the scenery. This is actually a good, this part of the trail is a good part of the trail to rollerblade on, actually, because it's, you know, it's not real long, and this is like the flattest part of this whole trail. It's like 14 miles long, but I think these like 3 or 4 miles are probably the flattest. You start heading up towards Belchertown, it's all uphill, and then you come back down, it's all downhill. And again, on these things, you pick up speed and you don't even realize it. So you don't want to go too fast. There's a lot of nice scenery to check out. Nice fresh air. But this is definitely more of an advanced trail than the first trail that I practiced on, because there's a lot of bumps in these sidewalks, a lot of cracks, and there's a lot of grades too, where it kind of, you get a lot where it's kind of uphill slopes, downhill slopes. Then you get the bridge where they got that like cobblestone underneath. Then they got the wooden bridge heading over towards Northampton. And that's a pain. You don't want to blade over that. And then you start going north of Northampton. There's a town north of Northampton that the trail goes, but again, that's all uphill as well. So then you come back down, it's all downhill. So
we're not good. That's the thing about not doing.
And so this is kind of like a downward grade right here. It's a slight downward grade, but even when you get like a downward grade like this, you got to be careful on these, because these blades can get away from you. You can start picking up speed, and before you know it, you're going too fast and you can't handle it, and then you wipe out. You know, if I wipe out, I'm not going to get hurt. I'll just be embarrassed. You know, it's just embarrassing. I mean, I'm all padded up, so I got my knee pads on, I got my elbow pads, wrist guards. Really make sure wrist guards, very important. I saw a rollerblader the other day. He had a helmet on, and he had knee pads on, and he had elbow pads on, but he didn't have the wrist guards. I was like, yeah, I didn't say anything, but it's like, man, you gotta have the wrist guards. And he was probably less experienced than me. He was all over the place. I was like, man, yeah, the first thing you're gonna do if you trip out, you're gonna put your hands out in front of you. You know, your hands are gonna be the first thing to contact the ground or whatever, and you scrape up your palms, and you know, you gotta have wrist guards. You gotta have all that gear. The more padding, the better. That's why this is a good, I used to like doing this in the fall, you know, before the snow, because that way there I got my winter jacket on, I'm all padded up, you know, layers of clothes on top of the, you know, my pads. So I wipe out, I get rid of nothing, you know, no big deal at all. That's probably why I go faster and better in the fall. Maybe I'll make some videos in the fall, because I have more confidence in the fall. You know, because I got more padded up, so I'm going faster. I'm like, you know, like right now I'm kind of like, you know, I got a short sleeve shirt on. It's 85 degrees out. I am wearing pants, but I don't got a whole lot of padding on. Bug spray on, because around here this is like a swamp, this part of the trail. As you can see on both sides of the sidewalk, you can see swampy, get a lot of mosquitoes around here. Make sure I got the rappel on, so I don't have to worry about mosquitoes. But I gotta tell you, rollerblading is, I think it's more fun than bike riding. It's more challenging, that's for sure. It's definitely more challenging. You know, it takes more skill, you know, to get on here and get on rollerblades. It's a lot of fun, especially if you got all the right pads on and everything. Next, I'm going to be heading under that bridge where it's on a downhill slope, and I'm gonna walk it though. I'm not gonna ride it. It's on a downhill slope, and it's got like wooden planks, so you don't want to be. So that's why I say you have to, when you're rollerblading, you have to know in advance the ground that you're blading on. Because like if I didn't know, let's say I didn't know, I'm coming through here and I'm going really fast and looking, go left, right, and I'm moving and I'm grooving. And right here, this looks fine, you know. A couple of cracks in the sidewalk, no big deal, you know. And you're flying, you're going, you're moving and grooving. And then you come downhill. This is like a downhill slope right here. But at the bottom of that hill, it's like a wooden bridge, and it's not flat like this. So if I didn't know better, if I never was on this trail before, I'd be moving at a good clip coming down here, and you go downhill, and then all of a sudden, boom, there's a wooden bridge. And these blades on a wooden bridge, you're gonna fall on your ass. You're just gonna wipe out, you know. That's why it's so important to know the terrain that you're rollerblading. So I'm breaking it right here. As you can see, I'm breaking it. And then I'm gonna head onto the grass. And as you can see, I'm just gonna walk this. But as you can see, as you're heading downhill, and there's no signs for anything, the sidewalk turns into like a wooden, it's like a wooden thing. And as you can see, I'm walking on my blades right now. I'm just walking casually. But if I was cruising on this trail and I was moving really fast, I was coming down here and I was freaking moving at a good clip, then all of a sudden I come around here and I'm not familiar with this, and all of a sudden I say, oh shit, you know. I go from a nice solid sidewalk kinda to a you can see I'm using my brake, because this is not only that, this is a downhill slope. So you're going from a nice smooth sidewalk to this bumpy shit, and then you wipe the fuck out. That's why I always say it's so important to know the terrain, especially if you're rollerblading. Know the terrain that you're rollerblading on. It's very important. You come across something like this and you're just unaware, it's hit you, and you're going, I don't know, 15-20 miles an hour on rollerblades, and you come across something like this, you wipe out. But again, if you're padded up, you wouldn't get that hurt. You get scratched up or whatever, but I mean, you'd still wipe out. You still could probably get a little hurt, you know. Not fun. And then you got the bridge over there too, which is on a curve. All right, then we go through the tunnel here. And we're going slightly uphill up here, which isn't, for a newbie or a beginner or intermediate rollerblader, going slightly uphill is actually easier. At least the blades probably won't get away from you. You're not going to end up going too fast. But it is more of a workout. You know, you're using your legs more than going up a hill. And I'm almost right behind Walmart where I started. And hopefully I won't run out of any batteries. I'll be able to film this entire trip. Not that I'll edit or upload the entire trip, because it'd be kind of boring, but upload most of it. And this right here is like a slight downhill grade, so I can pick up some speed. There's not a whole lot of people on this trail. That's the one good thing about this trail other than the other one. The other trail, there's so many people on it. It's like you got to maneuver around people. And once I get my bearings, I'll probably do more videos on that trail. It depends on how well these are watched, but if people start watching them and they want to learn how to rollerblade, I'll upload more videos. And the more practice I get doing these, the better I'll get at, you know, maneuvering around people and whatnot. I gotta tell you, it's exhilarating on these things. I bet if I went out and back again, I would probably do better than I did the first time, because I'm more loosened up right now. I'm more for some reason when I first got on these today, I was, you know, I was really stiff for some reason. And then once I started riding them, I started loosening up, and I, you know, started getting my bearings back. But it took a little bit. I really want to videotape my feet, show people when you're rollerblading how you go left, right, and one foot to the next. It's really important. You're not just, you know, resting your body on the rollerblades. You're actually like skating, left foot, right foot, and you're balancing. Some bikers. It's a lot of fun, a lot of exercise. It is exhilarating, that's for sure. Scenery. pothole in the sidewalk. See, now if it was at night and you're on these, probably wouldn't see that. That's why if you blade at night, you want to make sure you have like a lot of light. You know, maybe like one of those lights that you put on your forehead or whatever, because you want to be able to see. You got to be able to see what you're rolling over. Like even these rubber patches in the sidewalk. Like when I first came out here, on my first trip out here, these rubber patches were really, they were challenging. They were throwing me off balance. But now I got my bearings under me because I've been riding for probably about an hour and a half or whatever. Now I just roll right over them because my feet feel limber. You know, I got my rollerblade feet on. You know, it's kind of coming back to me. It takes a little bit. You know, takes quite a bit of warming up. I think if you're going to take a shitter, you're probably going to take a shitter when you first put these on. You know, if you're rusty and you're kind of cold. But once you warm up and you've been out here and you've been riding for an hour or so, you kind of it takes about an hour and you start limbering up. I noticed that the first time I came through this trail, when I first put these on, I was going much slower than I am right now. Not that I'm going really fast right now, but I was going much slower. I'm gonna go up to where this stop sign is, and that's it. I'll probably turn around and go back maybe a quarter mile to my car. I'll blade back to my car, and that's about it. I don't know if I'm going to film it because I don't know what I got for batteries in my camera. I think the charge on my camera is probably, it's got to be pretty close to dead right now. And I do one more brake shot. Stop at the stop sign right here. And show you that I'm going to lift up my right foot and hit the brake. Again, these brakes, I mean, they slow you down, but they're not the greatest at stopping. All right, I might film maybe another quarter mile or so as I roll back to my car, if I got enough battery in my charger. If not, this will be the end of the video. All right, everybody, have an awesome day. Okay, I literally got like 20% left on my charger on my GoPro, so I'll roll back to the last leg towards my car, and that'll be it. So hopefully it'll pick this up. I know the first time I came through here, I was going super slow because I wasn't loosened up. And I've been blading just for a couple of hours, and it's like I got my rollerblade feet on. But now I'm kind of too tired to continue. I did about 7 miles on these. Okay. As you can see, these patches on the sidewalk, they watch out for those. Yeah, when you're picking up speed, these little rubber patches on the sidewalk can trip you up. Alrighty. I'll go a little further. I actually went past where I was supposed to turn right in that parking lot where I parked my car, but I'm just going a little further. Hopefully I won't run out of battery. I don't think I will. This is a slightly downhill grade right here, so here you can pick up speed. As you can see, you want to lean forward. You want to lean, especially if you start picking up speed, you want to lean slightly forward. That way there, if you ever do fall, you're going to fall forward. And you catch yourself, and you've got the knee pads on and all other good stuff. Even when I came through here the first time today, I was coming through here much slower because I was just kind of tense, you know. I'm a little more loosened up now. As you can see, my feet go back and forth, back and forth. See some of the scenery. Watch out for potholes. And I'll turn around at the next bench. But yeah, it is exhilarating, that's for sure. I'll probably go on this trail. I'll probably be using this trail a little bit more often, because like I say, it's more challenging than the other trail. This is the one in Belcher Hadley, and it's a long trail, and it's got a lot of grades, you know, like downhill grades. You gotta, like, again, you gotta watch out on the downhill grades, because you can pick up much more. You can pick up a lot of speed. You might not realize it. But I'm going to turn around just before this bridge and then head back to my car. I'll stop at this bridge right here, right before the bridge where there's some benches. I'll stop right there at the benches. stop right here. I'm gonna take a break at this bench right here and then head back to my car, and that'll be it. All right, I think I got like 10% left on my charge, and put my rollerblades on, and I'll head back to my car. Hopefully there's enough battery in there to so I can make it back to my car. I can videotape it. But I gotta tell you, I'm much more limber now, and I feel much more confident and comfortable than when I first got on these. When I first got on these today, for some reason I was stumbling around and, you know, going super slow and freaking out, and now it seems like I got the wheels under my feet. It takes a little bit. It takes a little bit of time to warm up and stuff. But I'm almost there. I'll be back just a couple minutes. I just hope today I was able to videotape my foot movement much better than I did on my first video. That's why I came out here today. That was the main reason why I came out here. I wanted to videotape foot movement while I'm riding these. And again, make sure you stay focused on the ground that you're rolling on. Scenery. If you can see that gate from here, that's where I'm going to turn left. That's where I parked. Another pothole here. Yeah. And that's it for me. And so far, knock on wood, I shouldn't say yet, even though I started off really rusty today, I didn't wipe out. So that's a good thing. I didn't wipe out today. But I'm not there yet. I still gotta make it over this speed bump here. Alright, that's it for me. Hopefully there's still some battery in this camera and it didn't shut off because I ran out of charge. If you like these videos, make sure you subscribe to Travels with Buddy. Make sure you try doing some rollerblading. Alright everybody, have an awesome day and peace out. Well, I gotta tell you, after all that rollerblading, I still got my helmet on too. It feels so good walking in sneakers. I gotta tell you, I feel like I can walk anywhere. As I'm walking with sneakers on, it's not, the ground's not gonna slip out of my feet. I just felt like I had to say that. All right, everybody. Look at that, I almost tripped on the speed bump. All right, everybody, have an awesome day and check out the awesome sunset. I don't know if you can see it from here. Everybody, peace out.